Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing kind of a makeup FAQ. I asked on my Facebook page if you guys had any questions for me, any kind of general makeup dilemmas that you're having, and I took a few of those and then some of my own, and I came up with 20 frequently asked questions about makeup. So without further ado, let's get started. No, I don't feel that you need a primer in a traditional sense. I don't feel like you need a product that says like primer on it. For instance, my primer is my moisturizer. It works really well. It keeps my makeup from kind of seeping into my skin and disappearing. It keeps it fresh. It makes it last all day. It's a really great thing for me. If your skin is a little bit more oily, you may need a traditional kind of primer that helps the oil kind of stay at bay, but I don't feel like it's 100% necessary for every skin type. For your eyes, I do feel like you need some sort of primer, whether that be a traditional primer or your crease-free concealer or a paint pot, something like that that helps your makeup from creasing and gives you a nice base to start off on. I absolutely feel like you need a primer on your eyes. There are a couple ways to figure out if you are warm, cool, or neutral toned. One of which is jewelry. If you feel like you look best in silver jewelry, you are more than likely cool toned. If you feel like you look best in gold jewelry, you are more than likely warm toned. However, sometimes that's just a personal preference and it kind of goes with the trends. You feel like you look better in something when really your skin suits something else much better. So if you look at your wrists, you will see your veins, obviously. And if they are more of a green color, then you are warm toned. If they are more of a bluish, kind of purpley tone, then you are cool toned. So this is going to help you find a foundation and lip colors and all that kind of thing. If you are more of a warm toned, like more rich colors tend to look better on you, like jewel tones and like not necessarily bright vibrant colors, but very rich colors look really well on you. Whereas if you're a cool toned, more of the kind of grayish toned of those look really well. You may look really awesome in purple, but it's maybe more of a pastel-y or gray purple than such as a jewel toned purple. Makeup expires? What? Yes, makeup expires. Foundation expires 6 months to a year. Concealer 6 months. Blush, eyeshadow, kind of powdery products 1 to 2 years. Lipstick and lip gloss 1 year. Mascaras 3 to 4 months. And mascara is really the one that I am most kind of sensitive to. Powder products, I have powder products that are way older than the 1 to 2 years, but I take really good care of my stuff. I wash my brushes really frequently, and I'm not really that concerned with it. I don't use those products on my clients. I just use them for myself because they are so old, and I'm okay with them being expired. The couple things that you really do need to pay attention to the expirations on are your mascara and eyeliners. Every time you're pulling the wand back in and pulling it out, you're getting bacteria into that tube. Mascaras are so inexpensive that you might as well kind of follow those rules. It's better than getting pink eye because some rando bacteria got into your tube, festered, and you're still using it, and it's just really gross. One thing that you need to know is if it starts kind of smelling funny, that is when you need to toss it. I mean, obviously. You can wear shimmer shadow on a mature eye. Traditionally, more shimmery and glittery products tend to bring out more wrinkles, and they just kind of accentuate the loss of puffiness in your face. That's what really creates wrinkles and stuff, is that the elasticity in your face starts to diminish. So rather than pulling taut across your face, it starts to sag. So it gets stretched out and then it sags. And so shimmer has a tendency to make those wrinkles seem a lot more prevalent and a lot more kind of out there, and it highlights them. So when I say you can wear shimmer shadow on a mature eye, I'm meaning on the lid and maybe on the brow bone if you have a kind of higher arch. You don't want to put that in the crease. You don't want a shimmer blush. You don't want to wear a lot of highlight. You just want it on your eyelid, and it will look beautiful. It will make you look a lot more youthful if you put it in that specific spot. Don't do it. Please don't do it. Don't do permanent makeup. Ugh. Just say no. Just say no to permanent makeup. No. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. You absolutely do not need to use MAC or other expensive brands. I kind of use a mixture of those in my videos. I use high-end, low-end, mainly low-end, because I pride myself on finding a good deal. I think it's really cool to go into the drugstore and find like this awesome product for so cheap. There are some things that I'm going to splurge on. Concealers, I will splurge on. I will get the MAC. I will not use it every day, but I will have it. I like the way it looks. It lasts a long time. It doesn't crease. There are just some things that are worth splurging on, but not everything. You don't need MAC eyeshadows. There are plenty of other brands out there that are incredibly inexpensive. You don't need to spend $15 on a single eyeshadow. That's kind of ridiculous. Things that I will splurge on will be foundation, concealers, and probably primers. Those things kind of create the base of your look, and if I find a high-end product that I really like in one of those, I will go out and splurge on those just because it makes the rest of my makeup look better. Most of the products on my face right now are drugstore or off the internet that are incredibly cheap and probably even cheaper than drugstore prices, and I have no problem with that. I think I look good. It lasts all day. I don't need those high-end products, and neither do you. One is to find a primer. Like I said before, it doesn't need to be like a traditional makeup thing that says primer on the bottle. It can be your moisturizer. You just need to experiment and find what works for you. But when you do find something that works for you, it will make a world of difference in making your makeup last all day. Another product that I really suggest is called Model in a Bottle. It's actually in the other room, or I would show you right now, but it's just a little spray bottle, and you spray it on your face about 3 times, kind of let it sit, dry. It feels really wet when it goes on, but I call it the hairspray for the face. It will make your makeup last all day. Even if you've practiced your makeup and you like the way it looks, I would still suggest going to a professional on your special occasion days, just because it's relaxing. Those days like that, you don't want to have to worry about it being that one day that you can't get your eyeliner to turn out right. You can't afford it. Obviously, you want to watch these videos and just practice over and over and over and over and over again. Make sure you get the products that you want, you get down the technique that you want, and you make sure that it lasts all day. Do it in the morning and just kind of go about your regular routine and make sure that it lasts until the end of the night. Also take flash photography, all that kind of stuff to make sure that it looks the way that you want it to look. However, if you can afford it, I absolutely say to go to a professional. I'm not saying this just because I am a professional. BB cream stands for Beauty Balm, and CC cream stands for color correcting. Now, they're very similar in that I kind of see them as basically a tinted moisturizer. Beauty Balm kind of is a very light moisturizer. It comes off kind of tinted. My favorite one is Muriel, I think is how you say it. I got it from Birchbox, and I got the color in Golden Glow. It is beautiful. I use it as my foundation almost every day during the summer, especially lake days when I know I just want a little bit of coverage. I want my skin tone to be evened out, but I don't want that kind of heavy feeling of foundation. I absolutely use a BB cream. I have not used a CC cream, but it's basically just like a hulked up BB cream. It has color correcting technologies in it, so if you have any redness or dark circles or anything, it has technologies in it to kind of help blend all those out and to cover them up. So I always do my bronzer first and then cover that with blush, just because it's easier to blend in my opinion, and I want the blush to be at the forefront and kind of be the actual color. I have found that the best blending technique is to do little tiny circles. I don't know if you guys can see that. Here, I'll do it right here. You do little tiny circles in like a windshield wiper motion, then go back and forth, circles, back and forth, circles, back and forth. And that really works out for me, whether that be your blush, your contour on your nose, your eyeshadow, little tiny circles, back and forth. I don't feel like you need a lip liner every day, with every look, with every lipstick even. I feel like it's kind of a personal preference, unless you're doing a darker lip. Doing a darker lip, it really creates that crisp boundary between your face makeup and your actual lipstick. It also helps with bleeding. I have this lip gloss that I absolutely love from Revlon, and it is this beautiful kind of fuchsia color. But if I don't use a lip liner with it, even though it is a lip gloss, it bleeds off my lips and I just kind of look like I just got done with a makeout session or something. It looks absolutely ridiculous. So it kind of gives that boundary so that the liquid products don't move any further away from where they were put. It helps make your lipstick or your lip gloss last a lot longer. If you get a color that is very similar to the lipstick or lip gloss that you're using and kind of instead of just lining your lips, you line your lips and then fill it in, it will help your liner, it'll help your lipstick last all day because it gives the lipstick something to stick to. I generally only put liner on my bottom lid whenever I have it in the waterline as well. If I'm not putting a colored eyeliner or a black eyeliner in my waterline, I am usually just using shadow, and I almost always set my under eye eyeliner with shadow. I'll do a very, very thin line and then kind of just smoke it out a little bit because I don't care for that harsh line under there. One thing that I will say, never, ever, ever use liquid liner on your bottom lash line. It is way too heavy. It is way too precise for that bottom lash line. And tie lining is actually really cool. It makes your lashes look a lot thicker and gives them kind of a base without there being a harsh line of eyeliner. If you're going for a more natural, no makeup look, tight lining is awesome. What you're going to need to do is get a little liner brush like this. This is my MAC 266. Get some eyeliner or an eyeshadow even, and you're going to want to lift up your eye like this and just kind of push it into the base of the eyelashes. It's not coating your upper waterline in that kind of color. It's pushing it into the root of the lash line and making them look a lot thicker. Your waterline is right here and right there. It's kind of the flat part in between your eyelid and your eyeball. It's just kind of a barrier there that a lot of people like to put eyeliner on to kind of help smoke out and give that smoky effect. Dark circles are a problem for a lot of people. One thing that I would absolutely suggest doing is investing in a salmon or kind of orangey toned concealer. Orange is right across from purple in the color wheel, so they kind of cancel each other out. If you put them next to each other, they make each other look really beautiful. If you put them on top of each other, they cancel each other out. So if you find an orangish or salmony colored concealer and put it on top of the dark circles, it will generally cancel out most, if not all, of that color. As the covering up dark circles, you're going to want to use green because it is across from red in the color wheel as well, and green cancels out red. So put those next to each other, they look beautiful. Put them on top of each other and they cancel each other out. So if you see any kind of green concealers or green primers, if you have a lot of redness, that is going to be good for you. There are a lot of different reasons that your makeup may not turn out exactly like mine, even if you follow my tutorials exactly. And that is for a couple reasons. One, our face shapes may be different. Two, our eye shapes may be different. And three, I've been doing this a very long time. I've been watching YouTube videos for about 7 or 8 years now. I have practiced and practiced and practiced. I've really honed my craft. I try a lot of different things. I just have a lot of practice. So that may be it, but also take into account that our face shapes may be different. So while I'm contouring in a certain area, you may need to contour in a slightly different area to get your desired face shape as well. And eye shape is the most important. If you have a monolid or a hooded eye, you can still follow the tutorials, but you may have to have a slightly different placement of the colors to really make it turn out beautifully and the way that you would like it to be. Alright guys, and that is all the questions. I hope this went by quickly. I hope you learned a little bit. If you have any more questions, please leave it down below, or you can go to my Facebook page and post them there. I will see you guys next time. Bye!